talking about. Have you seen the gamma lid? It's got a seal on it, keeps the moisture in the product, and then it's just really easy to close when you're done. Very handy if you want to throw it on the rig or however you want to work it. So again, peat moss is full of moisture, drops down even in the wind. I don't know if you get wind here, but we sure do back home. And it works great even in the rain because it'll target the higher hydrogens in the hydrocarbons over the lower hydrogen count of water. Don't ask me why, the science is over my head. I talked to our scientist, tried to explain it to me. Well, you're not kidding, that went down. I just don't speak that language. So, good puddle of gas there. We're going to put the absorbent just uphill from it. And you'll be able to kind of watch it wick. It's going to get wetter and wetter as it pulls the gasoline uphill. And again, the science is over my head. I tried to understand what happens, but I don't speak capillary sites and cation exchange, all of those things. But I did come to understand that there's some kind of a positive charge on a cellular level with our peat moss and hydrocarbons and most contaminants. So if it gets anywhere near them, it's going to begin to pull it in, which saves you a ton of time. Let's just be honest. I mean, you're out on the freeway or you're out somewhere. You've got a mess on the ground. The last thing you need to waste your time doing is grooming light stuff around and breathing the dust.
So is that the procedure that you recommend then, rather than spreading it over the product? It's just like almost dike it and let it absorb?
If it's running somewhere, dike it.
Okay.
If it's sitting there, throw this on.
Okay.
I think the important point we're trying to get across is that you're going to throw it on top of the product, and what it's going to do is it's going to stop it from seeping out and going away from it. It's going to be pulled into it, you know, to the point where it's going to fully absorb it. So it's not going to just go underneath it, it's not going to go around it, it's going to be actually pulled into it. You're still going to want to cover it the way you would. We're just showing you that if you miss an edge, it's going to pull it. It's going to work into it. It's
you don't have to take a lot of time. You just
throw
it, cover it, and let it do its job. Then you can get about doing your job. But you can see it sucked up a pretty good puddle of gas pretty fast.
Wait, mind if I snag a meter real quick?
No, because we're going to cover this now with a fresh blanket of peat, and we're going to get a torch on it to show you the fire retardant nature. Now this works back home, but we don't have this kind of heat, so I don't know. We'll see what. If we do get a fire, though, it'll be small, insignificant compared to what you'd normally get with gasoline and a torch.
I just ignited a minute ago. Yeah, it's working. Just we can actually put this thing lit.
That's why I buy the self-igniting ones, by the way. Yeah. We were having that problem yesterday. Is that the same one?
Well, I don't know. It's the same one. Twins. So, let me run and grab a can real fast.
So while he does that, we'll do the side-by-side oil versus kitty litter. This is used motor oil. We're going to dump a couple of good-sized puddles on there. We're going to do kitty litter on this side. I can get it out of there. Better get it more. We're going to do Amerizorb on this side. And this is a second use for Throw and Go. but it's super absorbent, so it's gonna go after the oil and pull it in. Now you're familiar with this stuff, right? So you know you gotta sweep it and broom it around. Do the kitty litter dance, as I call it. Do whatever you have to do to get it to pick up, and you're gonna still have a mess like that. And that is, again, because this is not a true absorbent. It's an adsorbent. The oil just sticks to the outside of the particles. Nothing really is being pulled into the cells. So this is going to recontaminate wherever it ends up. It's going to leave your surface messy, and you're going to spend a long time trying to sweep it and clean it. The nice thing about our product is that it does the absorbing for you. Throw it down, go about your business. That's why we call it throw and go. You don't have to sweep it or work it or do the kitty litter dance.
Come back on the plate?
Yep. Come back in about 10 or 15 minutes later. You can flat shovel this stuff up. Your surface is going to be clean because it'll go after the oil and ball it up like that. And the difference is pretty graphic. Pretty amazing, huh? Oh, you got it going. Wait a second.
Careful, watch this. Watch your ass.
I don't want to burn my ass. Let me cover this again because I just messed it up. Okay. Now, if we get a flame, it's going to be pretty lame. But just to show you how effective this product is. Oh, we lost it. We lost it. Try to be careful here. Not to lose my flame, but I lost it anyway.
It's weird. I've never had a torch not keep burning.
We might want to go pick up the self-igniting ones. Those always work really well for me.
What's going on there?
Yeah. Don't know why it won't. So if I pull this back and get into the wet, gassy stuff, I can get a small flame. Which I'll do just to kind of show you. If you did get a flame, it would be pretty lame. The peat moss takes a lot of the heat out of the flame. It never melts the plastic lid or the glove. And then here's the fun thing. If you had a fire, put it out that fast with our product. So again, safety issues that make your job better when you've got a product like this that you can work with. So that's basically the demo. What do you guys think?
It's all pretty cool.
Pretty cool stuff, huh?
Yeah. The vapor suppression alone, I think, is worth its weight in gold.
What's it giving you?
VOCs went up a little bit, but I mean that's 9 parts per billion.
As I spread out, got into the gassy stuff.
But no change at all on LEL. Yeah, LEL stayed at 0 though. I mean, just for flammability protection, I think alone is
Pretty big. Yeah.
And I think that it's so low, that meter's so close to that, it's so low, and there's absolutely no air movement right now. If you had 1 mile an hour of wind, then that would need to be.
You have the ability to semi that?
Any other questions or comments? Yeah. What does Mesa think?
I like it. You know, I'm thinking we've had a rash of pesticide trucks involved in accidents and pool trucks. I'm thinking your options are neutralizing it, washing it down, calling a cleanup contractor, or if it's, you know, not too big, something like this, I think we could just absorb it, take it back to the yard, you know, or hazmat waste site, you know, and call it good, get out of there. That's what I'm thinking.
paper itself too, just for the, just for the added performance over kitty litter.
Yeah.
Have to use less of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The labor's less. Bags are lighter.